7 years really has not done any good to this show. And this might have just been a bad week, but it did not at all make me want to watch the next episode or Bound for Glory or just anything in general. It made me want to go back to not watching Impact Wrestling, really. Man, Impact Wrestling sure is an underrated brand, guys. I mean, just think about it. Putting on great matches and great shows about every other week. Don Callis is running things over there. Man, I really think we should just give Impact Wrestling a try. What do you guys think?
Man, what the fuck is you talking about?
What the fuck was that? I'm sorry, I wasn't thinking about it.
So that was my thoughts on Impact Wrestling late last year and as you saw earlier this year. Now, what's also really funny is that a few months ago, me and my coworkers went out to a House of Hardcore show in Philadelphia. And I thought, under my impression, it was just a House of Hardcore show. Now, when we got there, it was House of Hardcore and Impact Plus. I remember feeling so blindsided by this. I'm like, I didn't buy money for an Impact show. I ain't gonna lie. For a minute, I felt a little disappointed. Like, I did not pay money for an Impact Wrestling show. I paid money for any show. I did not want to go to an Impact Wrestling show. But I ended up liking that show. And did it turn me into an Impact Wrestling fan? As you can see, no. Because I almost never talk about Impact Wrestling on this channel. I did a few months ago, like a month or two ago, talk about Impact Movie Tuesdays. But that's it. However, in this video, we're going to talk about Impact Wrestling. And not even in a negative sense today. I actually have something positive to say about Impact Wrestling. So let's get straight into it. So I'm sure all, if not most of you, have heard the news that Tessa Blanchard will be challenging Sami Callihan for the Impact Wrestling World Championship on January 12th, 2020 at the pay-per-view Hard to Kill in Dallas, Texas. It is just mind-blowing to me that, you know, they even had Tessa Blanchard feuding with a whole man. For a majority of this year, I've been hearing a lot about, oh, Tessa Blanchard facing Sami Callihan and this guy and that guy, and, you know, teaming with Tommy Dreamer. I was shocked. I'm like, wow, they're really pushing this woman. Like, and I'll be the first to admit, I don't watch Impact Wrestling, and by that virtue, I have not seen a lot of Tessa Blanchard matches. Now, I've seen like a few, and I've liked what I've seen, but a lot of people, they put this woman over the top. Like, oh my god, she's so great. She's on par with Charlotte Flair. You know, she's this, she's that. I'm like, is she that good to push her in this top spot? And I haven't heard anyone, except for maybe like people who don't like the fact that they don't like men hitting women. I haven't heard that many people complain about Tessa Blanchard in the spot. Like, if it were someone else, maybe you'd hear something about it. But everyone's like, oh no, it's believable. It's such and such. I'm like, okay, well, good for them. They got something going on for them. But I never thought they would actually go as far as to put the title on Sami and have Tessa challenge for it. But we've gotten to that spot where Sami Callihan defeated Brian Cage in a steel cage match on Impact TV. Tessa Blanchard came out, and it looks like that's what we're getting in 2020. Now, I said it before, and I'll say it again. There is no month, no short of April, that is bigger for professional wrestling than the month of January. Wrestle Kingdom, Royal Rumble, every company, though, this is the fresh start. It's a fresh new year. We got to put out our best content to get everyone who maybe is watching professional wrestling or may not be watching professional wrestling to watch our show. Every company puts out their best, seems like they put out their best content, aside from April, in the month of January, which is why you always see me posting videos like every single day in January, because that's a hype month for wrestling. Not only are we going to a new month of January, we're going to 2020. This is a brand new decade. So everybody's going to put out their best foot forward for January 2020. And Impact Wrestling is doing that. And Impact Wrestling is like, all right, we got to bring something that's going to get everyone's eye. Not only are they doing an intergender match, they're doing an intergender championship match. And not just any championship, but the Impact Wrestling World Championship. You've had guys like Kurt Angle, Austin Aries, Samoa Joe, AJ Styles multiple times over. Like, guys, I've watched Impact Wrestling like back in 2010, like 10 years ago was the last time your boy was actually watching Impact Wrestling. I remember that time. I remember who was champion. I remember all Main Event Mafia and Generation Me. I remember all of that. And just to see 10 years later, they're kind of like the laughing stock of the wrestling community is just kind of sad in a way. But this is something that could get them mainstream publicity. Because there's never really been a time in professional wrestling, at least not in mainstream professional wrestling, where a woman has challenged for the world championship. Now, years and years and years ago, China almost challenged for the WWF championship, but ultimately she never did. We're in a period of time now where there's this woman who people are behind and possibly could get behind as the top champion for an entire company. And it's not like you're going to see a bunch of women challenging for that title. I firmly believe if Tessa Blanchard wins this championship, she will be the only woman to held that championship. You won't see Jordan Grace probably going out. I don't, maybe Jordan Grace, but I don't see a plethora of women going after it. I don't see that becoming an intergender championship. I feel like it's probably going to be a Tess or Blanchard project. She might be the rat they're going to test out. And the question is, do I think they're going to pull it off? Not only do I think they will pull it off, I think they should. And for the very reason that it's going to bring them a lot of mainstream publicity. I mean, everybody in the wrestling community will be talking about this. If Tessa Blanchard becomes the Impact Wrestling World Champion, you're going to get eyes from all walks of the community to watch Impact Wrestling, at least for that 1 week or that one show. I think maybe even news channels. I think if they have connections, which I'm sure it's a publicly traded company that's Anthem, they got connections. You can get some good publicity off of the first ever women's world champion in professional wrestling. Something that WWE hasn't done. Something that AEW hasn't had a chance to do yet. Impact Wrestling could be the first. And if they trust Tessa enough to put her in this position, then they should trust her enough to have that world title. Now, does she have to have a lengthy 1-year reign? No. Can she have potentially a 1-month reign? Yes. I think they would be stupid not to have Tessa win this world championship. Like I said, buying into it is going to be hard. You're going to have to convince a lot of wrestling fans who have only known men to challenge for this title that, oh, women can fight for it too. That's going to be hard. You're going to have a lot of wrestling fans that might not even watch Impact Wrestling because there's a woman as your world champion. But you might even gain some female wrestling fans because there's a woman in that top position. I don't want to keep reiterating myself, repeating myself. My nose is getting stuffed up as we speak. I'm like starting to die over here. So I'll just say this. I am willing to give Impact Wrestling a chance for the month of January next year. For those first 2 weeks leading up to this pay-per-view, just to see the build-up, just to see if they put the title on Tessa. If they put the title on Tessa, is that enough to get me to watch Impact Wrestling? No, but like I said, January, fresh start for every company. I'm willing to give them a chance. That being said, what do you guys think about Tessa Blanchard possibly becoming the Impact Wrestling World Champion? Do you stand with it? Are you against it? Let's get a discussion started in the comment section. I really want to see where everyone stands with this. So comment down below, let me know. I love you guys always, and I will talk to you all later. Peace out, guys.